Hi, welcome. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. My name's Ella, and this is English with Ella. This channel is made just for you. If you want to get better at English by simply listening, no textbooks, no homework, no tests, just you and me and a story. Every week, I'll tell you something real, something that actually happened to me. And I'll tell it slowly and clearly, so your ears can really follow along and you can pick up natural English the way it's actually spoken. Today's story? Oh, it's a good one. It's about a morning. A really, really bad morning. A morning when literally everything went wrong. I mean, everything. But don't worry, it has a happy ending. I think. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. So, it was a Tuesday. Just a normal, ordinary Tuesday. I woke up at 7 o'clock, which is completely normal for me. I always wake up around 7. I opened my eyes, looked up at the ceiling, and I thought, today's going to be a good day. Huh. I was so wrong. The very first thing I did, the absolute first thing, was knock my phone off the bed. So I reached out to turn off my alarm, right? And instead of hitting the alarm button, I hit my phone. And it just flew off the table. Bang. On the floor. I lay there for a second, just staring at the ceiling, thinking, okay, not a great start, Ella. Not a great start. Now, to knock something, that's a really useful phrase for you. To knock something means to hit it by accident and make it fall, or move. I knocked my phone off the table. She knocked her drink off the desk. He knocked the books off the shelf. Okay, back to the story. So I got up, I dragged myself to the kitchen, and every single morning, the first thing I do is make coffee. I love coffee. I really genuinely love it. Like, I need it. I cannot function without it. So I opened the cupboard, I picked up the coffee jar, and it was empty. Empty. Not almost empty, not a tiny bit left at the bottom, completely empty. I just stood there, holding an empty jar, staring at it. Empty means nothing is inside. 0. Gone. My coffee jar was empty. The opposite of empty is full. Okay, fine. There's a little cafe near my flat, my apartment, and it only takes about 5 minutes to walk there. Simple. I'll just go get a coffee there. I walked to the front door, I put on my shoes, I opened the door, and it was raining. Not a little bit of rain, not a light, gentle drizzle. Oh no, I mean heavy, heavy rain. The kind where you get soaked in about 30 seconds. Heavily. Let's just stop there for a second. We use that word when something happens with a lot of force. It was raining heavily. She was breathing heavily. He fell heavily. So, I needed my umbrella. I went to the hallway, the small area near your front door, where you usually keep your coat, your shoes, and yes, your umbrella. And I looked for it. No umbrella. I checked my bag. Nothing. Under the stairs. Nothing. Okay, this is a little embarrassing. I even checked the bathroom. I don't know why I thought it would be in the bathroom. It was not, obviously. My umbrella had just vanished. completely vanished. And I stood at the front door, looking out at the pouring rain, and I thought, you know what? Fine. I'm going anyway. Because honestly, nothing was going to stop me from getting that coffee. Nothing. So I walked out into the rain. And oh my goodness, within about 30 seconds, my hair was completely drenched, soaked, absolutely soaked. Soaked. That's our next word. Soaked means completely, totally, utterly wet. Like a sponge that's been sitting in a big bucket of water. My jacket was soaked, my hair was soaked, I was soaked. I walked past the shops, past the park, past all these people with their umbrellas, giving me these looks like, who is this woman? Why doesn't she have an umbrella? I did not make eye contact with anyone. And then, finally, I got to the cafe. I pushed the door open and it was so warm inside. It smelled incredible. Coffee, toast, maybe something baking in the back. There was soft music playing. 2 people sat quietly with their drinks. Nobody was rushing. Nobody was stressed. It was perfect. The woman behind the counter looked at me. She looked at my soaking wet hair, my completely drenched jacket. She didn't say, "Oh no, what happened to you?" She didn't laugh. Well, maybe a little. She just smiled. This really kind, gentle smile. And she said, "The usual?" Oh, I love that. The usual. It means the thing you always order, your regular, your go-to drink. She knew exactly what I always had, and she was asking, "Shall I just make that for you?" The usual. It's such a lovely little phrase. I said yes. I found a table by the window. I sat down and I just breathed. And a few minutes later, she brought my coffee over. I held the cup in both hands, just feeling the warmth of it. I took one sip, and honestly, it was the best coffee I had ever tasted. Maybe because I'd needed it so much. Maybe because the morning had been such a disaster. Or maybe, and I really believe this, maybe the small things taste better when they're hard-won. I stayed in that cafe for about 40 minutes. The rain stopped. I had another coffee. I know. And then I walked home. Slowly, quietly, happily. And the rest of the day was lovely. Okay, before we finish, let's go back through the words we learned today. 5 words, nice and simple. First, to knock something. To hit it by accident and make it fall. I knocked my phone off the table. Second, empty. Nothing inside. 0. Gone. The coffee jar was empty. The opposite is full. Third, heavily. With a lot of force. With a lot of intensity. It was raining heavily. Fourth, soaked. Completely, totally wet. My jacket was soaked. If you stand in the rain without an umbrella, you will get soaked. And fifth, the usual. Your regular order. The thing you always have. The woman asked me, "The usual?" 5 words. Nice. Try to use just one of them this week. Even in your head. Even once. That counts. So, that was episode 1 of English with Ella. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope even just a tiny bit, your English feels a little bit better than it did before this video. Now I've got a question for you. Have you ever had a morning like this? A morning where everything just went wrong? Tell me in the comments below. I honestly will read every single one. I would genuinely love to hear your story. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. It's free. Next video? I'll tell you about the time I got completely lost in a city I thought I knew really well. That story is called Where on Earth Am I? Until then, keep listening, keep learning, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye for now.